I posted this on TikTok and Instagram. So you guys send in your stories. Since we are in quarantine, we had to do it all through Zoom. Okay, so we had a bunch of technical difficulties with the software that I tried filming with, and I didn't realize that I could just film on Zoom and it would be perfectly fine. This is what we ended up with.
First I saw the beat, now it's Monica.
Yeah, because I'm more beautiful.
Okay, let's just get started. Some of these I was reading them and they're pretty fucking scary. Where's Jocelyn? So I can't use any of that fucking footage. If your story is not in this video, I know you guys worked hard on writing them. Do not be discouraged, because this is going to be an ongoing series. If I like how it turns out, and if I like the response. So we're gonna start with Gianfranco.
Okay.
My name is Gianfranco and I live in Utah in a big city called Salt Lake. I'm gonna tell you about my paranormal experience. One night, me and my siblings were all chilling by the bonfire and having fun. When I realized it's getting colder, I wanted to get a blanket, so I got up and proceeded to my house. Belly, why are you laughing? Because you don't know how to read. Then I saw my sister coming from out the door as I was going in. We have this motion sense light that turns on so you can see where you're going. What I thought was my sister told me stop, and I said, "What? Why are you in the dark?" She said she wanted me to hang myself and join her. I was freaking out. My heart was going so fast. It got so cold and I froze. Then all I could see was this figure that was trying to be my sister looking in me. When I say looking in, I mean these things were like white glowing orbs, and I could feel that thing looking in my heart and soul. And then it gave the deepest growl. My brother heard it. When he turned around, he saw me just standing there frozen. That's when my dad came outside. We opened the door, the light went on, then the entity was gone. I realized I couldn't move. This thing had a hold of me. Then it came to me. I couldn't sleep and I couldn't relax. I've always felt this thing follow me around, watching me. It all made sense. I went back to the bonfire with my siblings and I cried to tell them about what had happened. All of my siblings knew I wasn't crazy, as then they proceeded to tell me that this thing has been trying to act like us, move like us, talk like us. It was trying to imitate us. We wanted to know why. My sibling then shared almost the same story as what happened to me. They told me that this thing had acted like me sometimes, and that it would talk like me. And when my sister would check if I was really the one saying things like we should hang ourselves, I wouldn't even be home from school yet. Back to the bonfire. They cuddled up close to me, and my other sister said, "It's okay, don't worry, you're safe." And my brother said, "No, we're not, we're all gonna hang." And with fear, all of our mouths opened. We looked at my brother as he looked at us back in fear. He never said that. We went quiet. Then we heard the growl, like a deep, dark growl, like a gut growl. I can't even explain it. It was so surreal. We turned off the fire and explained to our parents what happened. We all prayed that night and tried to relax, but we felt so uneasy. Later that year, we moved and we never had problems again. I love you guys. Y'all make me laugh. Thank you for reading this. You guys are literally my favorite. You're gonna be a big YouTuber. I can feel it. Say I love you.
Love you guys.
Oh, I love you too. Yes. That's
Franco.
a crazy story though.
I like your bonfire story a lot.
I was doing research, and as you guys know, a lot of that behavior happens at my house, except we're not spoken to like face to face directly, but we do get people who copy our voices, copy our movements, and in all of the explanation and all the comments, they all point to the fact that these entities are trying to lure you in to gain your trust. There's no way to get rid of them other than to move. Let me read to you guys my notes. A popular case investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren. You know those conjuring Annabelle people? The case was called the Smurl haunting, and they also had accounts of this type of behavior. Their house was plagued with D-words.
What in the world is going on in there? To save me, so holding your breath.
They were away on a camping trip. There was another one that I wanted to read, but where the fuck is Jocelyn?
Yeah, where is she?
I don't know where she's at. I called her. Her phone is not off. She's just not answering me.
Should I call her mom?
No. This one has brujeria, the word brujeria in it. Hi, my name is George.
Hi, George.
And this is a story of something that has been following me since I was little. I used to live in Mexico before I moved to the United States. In the house in Mexico, I used to hear stories that house, before we moved in, belonged to a señora that did brujeria. And in that house, I don't know if it was part of my imagination, but I remember very vividly that there were two little twin girls that I would always see in that house. They were all black. You could see their hair all crispy and burned. We would always make parties since the house was very big. I remember that one time I had to go pee and all the lights inside of the house were turned off. So when I ran to the restroom, I looked at my parents' bedroom. Keep in mind that everything was pitch black. And from a little light from the window, you could see in my parents' bed that there was a girl in the corner of the bed staring right at me. I peed myself. Was that me?
Wait, what?
Lupita, you see that?
Isn't this your girl from back in high school?
Oscar sent me page. Ew, why?
Wait. What does that have to do with the
Looks like a
story?
man.
Wait.
I'm gonna put this shit in. I'm gonna put this shit in. Pa que se te quite.
I don't care. Put it in.
You will. You think that I
I
won't?
don't like her. I'm looking against her, actually.
Whatever. Hello, I'm Kat. I'm currently living in Texas, but this story happened when I was younger.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. I live in California. I think there you go.
Oh my.
I live by Greenfield Cemetery, literally like 4 houses down. I always noticed that the kids never went outside to play, which I found sketchy, but never questioned anyone on it. Since we rented out a basement, I had the room facing the open driveway and had the little window. One afternoon, I was watching TV and saw something moving outside of my window. I saw an old lady looking straight at me. She had black, long hair and her teeth were missing. I remember running out of my room and asking the people who rented the basement out to us to check, and they checked and saw the lady. They called her La Bruja, that lived 2 houses down from mine, and always targeted the kids in the neighborhood. Ever since, I always felt that she did brujeria on me. I've had bad luck my whole life since that moment. I've experienced major deja vu, constant sleep paralysis, and the weirdest part of it all is when I went back to visit in 2015, I saw her walking in the cemetery where we had to drive by since it was so big. Our car started to malfunction and caused us to crash. Ever since, I've been scared and doing my best to let go of it.
Hi, Tommy.
Okay, so I'm recording whatever. I think there's another one about brujeria. Jocelyn, put your second phone away.
My second phone's over there.
Then what the hell are you looking at?
I'm reading a book.
Jocelyn, are you serious?
Right.
Bitch, I
So
was
it's
hearing
the
the
book.
thing. Relax.
Doing something.
No, I don't believe her that she was reading a book. Yeah, right.
You want me to be like this or what?
Yes, please. The subject is brujeria. So basically, my sister is divorced. She has split custody of...
Wait. So we had... Wait, so are you going to reread the ones in the beginning because the video was crappy? Okay, cool, because I didn't listen to them.
So basically, my sister is divorced. She has split custody of both of her daughters. At the time, the last day they were visiting their dad was on Valentine's Day. He bought my sister flowers and roses. He told his daughters to take them to her. Keep in mind, my sister was already talking to someone at the time. And when they get to her house, the kid said,
"This is for you. My dad said to give it to you."
She said,
I don't want that shit.
so my niece just leaves it on the counter, and I was there for a sleepover at the time. It was already late that night, so me, my 2 nieces, and a friend were sleeping in the living room. It was around 3 a.m. when we got woken up by my littlest niece, and we see the balloon on the teddy bear swinging so hard, like there was strong wind blowing on it. But there was no wind blowing, and the fan was off. We dared my niece to go throw it to the other room. She goes to throw it and then starts to panic and can't breathe. We all thought she was trying to scare us until maybe 3 days later. My sister was home alone. She had just gotten surgery, and we were all at school. Suddenly, she feels a house shaking and hears those black birds chirping. She thought it was an earthquake, so she tried going outside her house with all the force she had. She sees that the attic door is like pushed in and couldn't open it. She was scared and called my sister Maria to go pick her up. My sister's mother-in-law is a healer for witchcraft, so she goes the next day and my sister tells her ex gave her flowers and roses. Doña Mari, my sister-in-law, says they sent her brujeria from Mexico from his side of the family. He had just taken the girls to Mexico that year, so my sister-in-law tells her that they did that to kill her so she wouldn't have babies anymore. It makes sense because she had just gotten surgery for her ovary. She was instructed to sage the house and go to the nearest mountain hill, get a bag of lemons and other types of items, and swing them back over her head. Only me and her boyfriend were there with her. We both saw that when she threw the bag behind her, it looked like someone threw it back toward her. Doña Mari ended up reversing the brujeria for my sister, and she had 2 kids, a boy and a girl. The brujeria didn't work on her, guys.
Wow, that's a good story. Yeah.
That is so scary. Brujeria is so fucking scary. So my name is Susie, and I'm 17, about to be 18. About a year and a half ago, I met this guy named Peter.
Was it Nelly's boyfriend?
I don't know. Who knows what the fuck his name is? He has just jumped the border to come and work. We started talking through Facebook. We lived in the same town, and he asked if I wanted to go to the movies with him. I agreed, and we met up. It was weird. Like, I saw him, and I felt like I knew him my whole life. So after that day, we started seeing each other more and more. He would come to pick me up from work on my lunch break, and we would just hang out as friends. We would have super deep conversations. He asked me about why I just wanted to be friends, and he confessed that since he met me, he felt happy. He felt basically what I felt when we met. It's hard to explain. I don't know, it's like we just clicked. A month before we met, I had broken up with my boyfriend of 2 years, and I told him I just wanted to be friends because my ex had cheated on me, and I just wasn't ready for a new relationship. He understood. I asked him about his ex, and he had told me he crossed the border initially to come see her because she moved from Mexico to Oklahoma, and there he found her cheating on him. Then he came down to Texas because he had family there. He told me that in a way he felt that when he was with her, he was never happy. A month later, we're still friends, and he comes to pick me up from work from my lunch break. We were just listening to music, and suddenly he is just staring at me. He just grabs my face and kisses me and says he can't be my friend. It was love at first sight. I can't. I'm too gay. I was in shock. I just got out the car and went back into work. He texted me saying sorry and that he regrets it. I didn't answer him until the day after. I told him it was fine. I just didn't know how to react. He ended up asking me to be his girlfriend, and I accepted. Everything was going good, and then he decided he was going to move to Wisconsin to work up there because they make $2,000 a week, and he wanted to build a house in Mexico. I was like, yeah, that's fine. He moved up there, and he just started acting different, more distant, and we just ended up breaking up. And I was so sad because nunca me desahogué de mi otra relación. So I went out and got drunk with my friends. One of my friends, who I think is a bruja because she knows all about brujeria, tells me to call this guy who talks to spirits and gives you the closure you need. So I call him, asking him what happened with Peter if he cheated on me, and he told me no. He said that someone did brujeria on him in Amare, and that's why he left, that he truly felt something special for me, and I was like, easy guess, anyone can guess that. I'm like really drunk. And the guy tells me that the day that he first kissed me, he told me what Peter had said to me, and I just started crying, and I said, how did you know?
You better not go with your phone like this and show us.
Todo esto fue dañado por causa de trabajo de brujería que se da en contra de ustedes. En este momento se encuentra atado de pies y manos. No coordina lo que piensa con lo que hace. Es decir, ya lo han trabajado para apagar ese amor que siente por usted en el corazón. Y el espíritu me ha revelado que la causa de
Peter
dejar de su vida de la noche a la mañana, sin dar explicación, no es porque la haya querido dejarla a usted, ni porque ha nacido de su corazón. Aquí el espíritu me revela que realmente sí fue culpa de una tercera persona que se entrometió negativamente entre la relación de pareja de ustedes dos. Una persona maliciosa, ponzoñosa, que tiene sentimiento negativo hacia usted, que se ha obsesionado mucho por este hombre, que realmente se hicieron trabajos sucios y oscuros para hacerle magia a usted magia negra, pero no solo en contra de
Peter,
sino también en contra suya, con el único y exclusivo fin de dañarlos, alejarlos y separarlos definitivamente, porque también me revelaron los espíritus que realmente
Peter.
usted sí la quiere, que él ama y que siente cosas muy lindas por usted como cuáles.
And so I asked if there was a way to take it off, and he said yes. So he started taking off the brujeria.
Is that a fireplace?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
After a week, I started feeling really sick, and I wake up with bruises. I asked him what that was about, and he told me that she knows I'm trying to take it off, and she's doing work on me as a warning.
Entonces llamamos al taika es el de mayor conocimiento aquí, tanto en edad es el mayor, pero sí nos ayuda cuando ocurren cosas extrañas como la que le ocurrió a usted. Yo dije, pero qué maestro, lo que pasa es que hace 3 días más o menos se dio cuenta esta persona que está haciendo el trabajo
Peter.
y le hizo un patinamiento de entierro. Como ya le decía a usted, eso es una ceremonia vudú, donde cogen una fotografía de él, al respaldo de la fotografía le escriben un reloj satánico, la meten dentro de un frasco, acompañado de un muñeco lleno de alfileres y también de sangre de animal, y lo tiran en un cementerio a los pies de un difunto. ¿Para qué? Para que esa persona no se pueda llegar. Y entonces por eso nos dañaron el trabajo.
Wow.
A voodoo doll with needles
That's
inside
gross.
of it and buried it in a
And buried it. She wilded, bro.
You know what? There are real people like that all over
Monica.
the place.
I didn't care and tried to take it off anyway, but she always ended up just doing voodoo and making him stay, so I just got tired of trying. I told the guy that I didn't want to do any more work, that I give up, and that was it. I see what she posts, and it just makes me sick. I made a fake account to tell her off and nothing. She hasn't even accepted my message. I don't wake up with bruises or have nightmares, which is good, but I just moved on. I don't want to fight her anymore about it. A bruja or brujo is defined as someone who practices witchcraft, most often inherited by their culture. Though that word specifically has a negative connotation, magic is subjective and depends on your definition of good and evil. Not all brujas are bad in the same way that not all religious people are good, especially in today's day and age where witchcraft has become somewhat mainstream. Everyday things can be put into that category, like charging your crystals during a full moon, saging your house, even manifesting things can be labeled some form of magic. In reality, there are many categories of brujas labeled by the differences in their practices, from ceremonial witches to kitchen witches. Wikipedia and a lot of the world separates them into only two: the ones who practice white magic and the ones who practice black magic. White magic being good magic, practiced by healers, said to have inherited their powers naturally, while black magic is seen as evil, involving the practice of curses, usually invoking D words into the picture. In today's age, it's more subjective. The morality of it all is usually based on the intention of the practitioner. In Mexico specifically, there are healers whose duties are to protect and rid people of a force they can't physically see. Then there are brujas whose practice stems from malice, jealousy, and vengeance, wanting things that weren't meant for them. They have the ability to ruin your relationship, cause you bad luck, make you physically sick, and can go as far as killing you or someone you love without you even knowing, and at the same time have the ability to cure you of all of it. The subjectiveness comes into play when you think about whether you deserve it or not. And if you ever fall victim, you won't have to look very far for a culprit, because these attacks are usually personal. And then there are the witches of TikTok, who I do not want to piss off.
Hold up, place go up when I pull up. They all on me like a one thing. Think I got what you need, well I have none. Hop off, you're a freak and I'm handsome. Slide up in the club like 2 chains. This snake is on top of the food chain. Stand out like a star, no new name.
This is a chaos pentagram, and this is a goat of Mendez.
So why are you okay with this, but fear this? Is it because you can't see? Are you afraid you'll get lost? You know what else comes with this? Peace and quiet. You know how many organisms would die without this? And so I think I need to state something. If y'all are on here thinking that witchcraft is all puppies and kittens and rainbows and light and goodness, then you might want to stick to Wicca and not go any further. Because it's not. You can't have one without the other. And I personally work with both. Just something you may want to think about before you go any further with this.
Then there are some people that deem all magic is evil, because every spell, curse, cure needs energy to function. The concern arises when you question where that energy is coming from.
Magic helps me manage my anxiety. Magic has helped me recover from trauma. Magic has helped me feel more beautiful, more kind, more compassionate, more like the person that I want to be. So for me and in my life, magic may not be real in this provable way, but it's true.
I'm convinced you got something going on behind the scenes, and you don't want to tell us.
Let me find out you're gonna do brujeria on me or something.
If I was doing anything to you guys would have already known it by now.
Damn! You don't like us that much or what?
I don't do anything. It's only for the stupid YouTube channel.
I said that I want pictures of your foot. I want pictures of your foot.
Okay,
Peace out, host.
bye.
And meeting.
How do I get out?
And meeting. Guys, I know I only read like 5 stories. I did not know how to record us. But yeah, don't be discouraged. We're gonna keep filming these during quarantine. People have been asking me about the duendes and how to protect yourself from them. I did some research for you guys. Apparently, they cannot count past the number 12. So what you do is you get like 13 beans, make them count it, and they'll get frustrated because they can't count past 12, and then they'll leave. Another thing is that sometimes they won't leave. Befriend them. People said give them wine and treats. Some people go as far as giving them like their first bite of every meal, but I think that's if they have like the actual statues. I think that a lot of the things that we discussed, brujeria, duendes, it's all as powerful as you make it. If you believe things can harm you, then they're gonna harm you. I don't know. That's why I don't get scared of shit anymore in my house, just because I'm like, you literally cannot touch me. So that's all I wanted to say. Follow us on Instagram. Also, somebody commented, not all witches are bad on the TikTok that I posted. Not all witches are bad, like I said. All right, I don't want to piss nobody off out there. I have nothing against nobody, alright? I have beef with nobody. Shout out to George. Instagram is _.george.s_. Nico @ _Nico Rosales 66. Thank you, Cat at 1400 Cat 1400 Cat. And then thank you, Gianfranco. And thank you to the girl who sent the stories in with the pictures and the video. I really appreciate you guys sending these stories in. The anonymous girl, I hope your situation is way better. Time heals all wounds, right, Nelly? Sending good vibes your way. Also, Kat, get a mal de ojo bracelet. Get sage, get a huevo cleanse, get whatever. Because I'm pretty sure that lady gave you el mal de ojo. Thank you guys so much for watching and for sending in your stories. I really appreciate it. Is that good? I feel like I'm held hostage or something.